Let's welcome to the stage from Chicago, Illinois, Diamonds, Rashmi and Smita, Jyoti, Prakash.
Thank you. Take a seat, thank you. How is everybody doing? Are you guys fired up? All right, man. Awesome, very nice. Good to see you guys. We are Rashmi and Smita, guys, all the way from Chicago. Is Chicago in the house? Anybody from Chicago? All right, awesome, very nice. Good to have you guys. But super excited to be here. By background, we're both engineers by background. We both have master's degrees. But because of this incredible AMWAY opportunity, guys, is over 9 years for Smita, but over about eight and a half years for me that we have been full-time entrepreneurs, Can't really say retired because, we're still young, we are making things happen, man. Life is happening, all right? When I got into the business, I was single, went platinum single, and then we got married. And from that point, we moved on to Emerald and Diamond, working together and then building the business. Now we're building the business with 2 little kids. We have a 3.5-year-old Isha, and then we have a 2-month-old Alicia. So happening house, a lot of things are happening, Our uplines, of course, double diamonds, Ganesh and you just saw him talk about the tools. You're going to hear him tonight. Unbelievable, momentum and growth. Of course, uplines to them, Raj and Sangeeta. We're missing them this weekend, but very excited about, them and the example they set. I hope you, pay attention, take notes for each and every speakers. We have a short topic to share with you. We're going to talk a little bit about game planning and counseling, all right? Give a little bit insight on that and share some of the pointers. But I'm going to have Smita kind of, kick it off and talk from her perspective. And then I'll come back and share with you some of the pointers and what to keep in mind and where we messed up. So probably help you to, have some correction factors there, okay? So here you go. Soon to be EDC, Smita, coming at you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So good to see all of you. Just so excited to be here, and I hope you feel the excitement in your business like we do. Rashmi and I, both of us have background in IT, and I used to be an independent consultant, and when I saw the business, but right now, retired, replaced our professional income for many, many years, and this is what we do full time. And just to give you some thoughts on some of the things that we do in the business in terms of counseling and game planning. And when I hear the word counseling, it really doesn't come as a surprise. I hope it doesn't come as a surprise to you, because if you look at any championship team or any industry for that matter, if you want to climb it higher, faster, you need a mentor, right? I'm sure that that's a very familiar term in any industry right now. And so it is in our business as well, is to have a coach, a person who is not your boss, but a person who is going to guide you and maybe save you some heartaches, some headaches, and that is the idea behind it. Nobody can force you to have a mentor. You have to choose yours, who is in your upline, of course. But when you start working with your upline, whoever is actively working with you, you will see that they are telling you a few things to change and do, and sometimes we feel that we get to know our upline so well, and we start listening to them when we are new. But as and when we start growing in the business and knowing them a little bit more, as much as we see their strengths, we start getting exposed to their weaknesses as well. Just like anybody else, uplines have weaknesses too, right? So we get exposed to that. Now the question I have always seen with people is, why do I need to listen to so-and-so in my upline? They don't know how to do this right and that right. But the thing is, I personally feel that if you're sitting and finding all the mess-ups that your upline is doing, chances are very high your downline is busy doing the same. Okay, so instead of looking for perfection in my upline, what I started working on is being that person who strives to do things right. Okay, I cannot say I do. Intention is right. That is what matters, right? So doing things with the right intention, and when you are sitting with your upline, you are actually giving your upline the power to influence you, to guide you, okay? And that also is kind of like when your upline is telling you certain things to change, let's say they feel that there are certain things in your 4 basics that needs to change a little bit. When they are telling you certain things, even they are keeping their friendship on the fence when they are telling you certain things. Because I personally feel when I'm telling somebody that you need to do this little differently, I know that that person might get hurt. But as a downline, I understand that if my upline cannot tell me that, guess what? That is the biggest loss that I can have, because if not for my upline, nobody else can tell me what is going wrong in my business. Okay, so doing that and not making your upline feel like they're walking on eggshells. Okay, I have seen so many times people come and tell that you tell me anything and I'll change it, and then you tell them what they need to change and they're gone. Okay, or they meet you but they don't want to say hello to you, and even if they say hello, there is a undercurrent of whatever, there's just the relationship is no longer the same. Rashmi and I always feel that when I have to choose between telling somebody what is needed for them versus keeping a friendship, I'll rather keep the friendship. Why? Because in due course of time, they might learn what they need to change, but if I mess up my relationship with somebody, then I have lost them for good. Okay, so my goal is to always keep that relationship, but I want to make sure that, if you are going and sitting with your upline, that, make sure that your upline knows that they can tell you things and you will be happy that they told you, even if you didn't like what they said. It's like going to the doctor, they might not paint a rosy picture just like you wanted to, but if it is something that you don't like, you take the medicine anyways, because it's going to help you. And doing the same thing, okay, because that is the attitude that Rashmi and I always carry. When we work so closely with our uplines, it's not just the business. So many times we learn things about life from them. Okay, so not having that feeling of competition with your upline, if they are guiding you, to give them that flexibility that, they should not feel that the downline lady is going to get upset or offended that they corrected. Okay, so you have to be mature enough to understand that they have good intentions in their heart. And also having that relationship with upline lady helps, okay? To have a very strong and independent relationship with your upline lady, just like your husband, if you're building it as a couple, you have a strong and independent relationship with your upline lady, just like your husband has with the upline guy, okay? If you really want to have that strong relationship, we have to understand that my relationship with my upline lady is actually independent of Rashmi's relationship with our upline man, okay? So knowing and doing that and implementing that in every little thing in the business, okay? And few things I stay away from in the business is if somebody comes and tells me I'm having all these in-law issues, what should I do? I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm definitely not an expert with in-law issues. So I don't get into all the things that is not something in my power to influence, okay? So I just stay away from that. So knowing where to help people and where to just be a listener, just be a friend to listen to somebody, because we don't have to give solution every single time, but being as a friend, being there just to listen to them is something that they need many times, okay? So that's what I wanted to share, but bottom line, your counseling and your game planning sessions with your upline, okay, or if you are the upline with your downline, should be to help you grow your business. It is not so much of a correction, not so much as a taking revenge time as much as it's helping you grow your business. And I hope that made sense. And here's over to Rashmi.
All right. Wow, I hope you're taking notes. Good pointers there, incredible pointers. Couple of quick things to add on top of that. I'm going to explain to you in like two different environments. You as the upline, giving game plan to somebody, or giving somebody, helping somebody, counseling somebody, versus you as a downline getting that from somebody. Okay, first and foremost, understand that if I'm not getting counsel, I'm not getting input, I'm not in mastermind alliance with somebody else, and me trying to do that without getting my game plan is a very dangerous territory. If I don't know what I'm doing this month, what am I turning around and telling other people? All right, so hope you get your game plan before you turn around to give it to somebody. Is that going to make sense to you guys? Because if you're not in the right track, forget you're going to mislead so many other families because they're trusting you as an upline that you could help them. Are you with me so far? All right. So let's talk about that. As a upline, if somebody finally came to get a game plan from you, man, and you're like, man, that's it, man. Last 3 years, everything I've learned right now, man. Really? How long it take you to learn? Think about that for the first time. When was the first time? How long it take you for the first time to go sit down with your upline to get a game plan? When you went, what were you looking for? Nothing. right? So when you are in an environment, remember I told you, okay, maybe if you're doing game planning for the first time, if you're giving counsel to somebody for the first time, check with the upline that, hey, finally somebody is coming to me. What do I tell them? You know, remember 3 cardinal rules before you do anything first time, check with upline. If you're doing it for the first time, check with upline. Does that make sense to you? Number 1. Number 2, don't need to teach some people everything. Biggest thing to understand, counseling is not a correction facility or is not a place to correct people. I have some people, they sit down for 45 minutes with other people and tell them what they need to fix. Forget fixing, the guy is gone. Now, what are some of the things that goes on, okay? Now, when I'm helping somebody to understand, what am I looking for? 2 things. Number 1, I'm looking to influence, okay, looking to empower them. And number 2, I'm looking to build them up. Why? Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Can we all agree? Including us, right? Very easy to sit down and become a judge of what somebody is not good at. That's what your bosses do in your office, isn't it? How many of you have annual reviews, right? How many of you love it? How many want to punch somebody every time that happens? Think about that, right? Same thing. My goal is to find some strengths, and everybody has strengths, to see what that is and help them understand that. Does that make sense to you? You know, I remember sitting down with JP and Ritu Kapoor. There will be new founder emerald this year, okay? Very distinctly, I remember sitting down with JP and talking to him. He has a very knack for, keeping environment very casual. He has a knack for putting a smile on people's face. He has a knack for it, okay? He has an incredible voice. He's a good singer. Okay, but in the mind, that was outside the business. But helping them to understand that's a strength they have, it can be part of the business. Okay, we all have fun anyways. Does that make sense to you guys? So understanding how to empower somebody and then influencing them, not instructing them. See, instruction anybody can give and nobody listens and nobody takes. How many of you got a instruction manual with whatever you bought and you actually read it? Anybody? Anybody? No? No. How many of you have your DVD player, that time clock still blinking? 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Yeah? How many of you got assembly, some furniture, and then whole thing was assembled without reading instruction? You have 2 pieces left. You don't know where it goes. Nobody? So that's how good you and I are in following instruction, isn't it? Isn't that awesome? And then you get in the business, you're like, tell me what do I need to do. Even if I told you, you won't do it because you don't follow instruction. So how do we do it? Got to learn to influence. See, I don't care if it's a 100 PV IPO or a platinum IPO. I want them to think. Every follow-up I do, they tell me, I don't have time. Why are you upset about it? Why do you think they tell you they don't have time? I don't know. But let's think about it. Why do you think somebody will tell you, and not one person, everybody tells you I don't have time. Do you think they really don't? No, I'm sure. They're just busy. They're not doing nothing. But why are they telling you? I don't know. Has it occurred to you that maybe that is one of the frequently asked questions we might not be covering? Oh. See, the minute he asked me, I told him, you're not covering fake news. Guess what? Suddenly, no, I'm doing it. What do you mean I'm not doing? I'm covering all of them. Now, you know the answer. Even that guy knows the answer. But if you don't help understand people think, it will never get communicated. Influencing doesn't happen, period. And instruction doesn't work anyways. We have already established that. See, understand as the upline, I'm looking for somebody who wants to get mentored, not get mad with the fact that I'm mentoring him. Some people on the other extreme. Who is he? No, sometimes it's husband-wife couples are different. Guy is willing to listen, lady is like, why would you listen to him? Who is he? Nobody. Rashmi and Smita is the same Rashmi and Smita. The same Bilbrit, the same Ganeshana, the same Kantigala. But if you don't understand and if you don't realize that they have done something you're going to do and you're looking to do, you'll never learn. Hope you understand that. Now let's change the role. You're going in to get some counsel, get some game planning. Number 1, please come prepared. Upline, I want to go platinum. What do I do? I don't know. Have you tried sowing plan? Maybe that works. Dude, come up with a game plan. At least have something. There has to be a base. If there is no plot of land, what the heck are we doing there? Please have something. Upline, I want to do this. This is what I was thinking. Now we can talk. We have something to talk about. True? So come prepared, please. Org chat will help. Where you draw some circles and put some names, If you don't have anybody, put you, AMWAY one side, and there's some help here, upline one side, something draw, at least put your name. Let's start from there. Does that make sense to you? Look, go to your LOS in AMWAY's virtual office, It will tell you who is on your group, All right? I see some names, I don't know who they are. Good idea. Maybe you got to know who they are. Number 2, have some relationship with upline. Say, listen to me very carefully, guys. Your friends will tell you what you want to hear. A mentor or coach will always tell you what you need to hear. Now, if that communication is not there with you, if you haven't established that day-to-day communication, if you look at your cell phone and maximum number of outgoing calls is to your broke buddies, your old colleagues, your uncle, cousin, your brother-in-law, your everybody, some international calls. I have people 2 hours on phone call with uncles, cousins, brother-in-laws, sister-in-law, but upline, oh yeah, we'll call him. If your outgoing call list is not having it, I know some of you are like, I know, here you go, back again, outgoing call list, I know I need to call my upline, but I'm not calling. Don't call. It's okay. Maybe your life might change if you start calling. See guys, understand this. If I don't have that communication with upline, they will never be that comfortable to tell me what I need to do when the time comes for them to tell me what I need to do. Would you agree with me on that? Why? As Smita said, I would rather keep my relationship and let you worry about your business than me try to fix your business and mess up the relationship. However, if you understand what I just said, if you're making them, we had founder emeralds moving on to diamond, Jyolant and Asa in our house a couple of days ago. They're out at night, I don't know, till a couple of hours they're sitting in a house. See, if they don't make me, if that communication is not there, if they haven't made us comfortable to tell what we need to tell, now understand the very fact that they've gone founder emerald going diamond, that means that comfort level is there. Would you agree with me on that? So you got to understand this thing, I remember any time you talk to Devang and Tejal, they're ready, man. Whether it's the India business, Australia business, Singapore business, US business, it's just unbelievable. The business all over the world. But they will always have something in their hand to talk about. It's not like pick up the phone, Rashmi, what do I do in Australia? I don't know, sit down at home. That's probably the closest answer you're going to get from uplines. Because if there is no communication, they don't know what you are doing, guess what? It's not happening. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay? And next thing is, understand how your upline communicates. All of us, our uplines are different. Have you noticed that? I have incredible LOS. Okay? If you look at a personality of Ganesh Shenoy versus Rajsa. Rajsa versus Kulin Desai. Kulin Desai versus Kanti Gala. Tsunami comes also, Kanti will be like this. Nothing sexy. Very different personalities. And then my personality, forget it. It doesn't, nowhere it matches. But we can all be diamonds and above. Would you agree with me? So you got to understand how your upline communicates. Because no upline, nobody will be same two people same. But if I don't understand how my upline communicates, then guess what? I'm sitting there, I'm not understanding what is being communicated. Would you agree with me? The other day, we have emeralds moving on, founder emerald diamond, Craig and Kerry. He picks up a phone, he says, Rashmi, can we talk? So him and he put JP online with 3 of us, we are talking. And we had a 45-minute, 1-hour conversation. I'm sure Craig has gone through accent problem, understanding problem. He's a finance guy, we are engineers. Thinking is totally different, group dynamic, everything is different. But guess what? They have learned how to listen to upline. So they have the business they have today, and they're going to have the business they're going to have. Guess what? We all have to learn that, how to listen properly. Does that make sense to you guys? All right. So hope that clarifies some of the things, because there is nothing called a perfect environment. Right? Everybody business needs correction. My business needs correction, of course. If it didn't, we would have been a double diamond 2 years ago. If we are not, that means it still needs correction. I remember a few months ago, a couple of months ago actually, talking to Ganesh on one of the issues. I had needed to talk to him about something. And we had a lengthy conversation because certain assumptions I was making was not really working out. And my assumption to begin with were wrong. Forget about what I was doing. Okay, so hope you understand. So hope these things clarify in your mind what needs to happen. Okay, now but end of the day, understand. Okay, this is not a psychiatric counseling session where you sleep in bed and half asleep and they recover your mental memories and fix things. This is not how that works. Okay, you sit down, husband, wife, draw paper, pen, and you talk on a drawn out chart. Who is doing what, where, and last thing you do is this is what you do when you fix your game plan. Every month, guys, you need a networking goal, you need a base volume personal usage, you need networking goal, you need client volume goal, and learn how to have strong, solid businesses. All right. Hope that helps. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.